going back to the quarters, Rigmor. I'm going to look for a vent in the room and find out what I can about the weird guy. Yeah, not liking Blackwell at all. He's not right. Telling you now, the guy is not right. Okay, check on Rigmor.
Khajiit got your back.
Hey, you did good back there. You okay?
I feel sick to my stomach, if you must know.
What? We must keep our voices down. The walls have ears. Literally, apparently.
What did Bobby want?
He claims Karal, Silrin, along with Morag's help, want to carve up Bruma between them.
But why?
To balance the power against the nobles. It actually makes a lot of sense.
Is that what all this is about? This is the reason why we're here? And not what we thought?
I don't know. It's all too convenient. It's like we're being played.
Well, it seemed pretty real to me. Morag storming off, and I noticed Coral and Shadenhall left pretty quickly too. We are in the heart of the Imperial Palace, Dragonborn. These people don't do play acting to such a huge scale.
Oh, I think they do. Okay.
There's gotta be something in what Bobby said.
Well, I think so
Like
too.
they pick up on things, anything, and use it to mess with your head.
Right, discuss the situation with Rigmor. I do believe Bobby's plan has upset the apple cart, but it's what Blackwell said that doesn't add up.
What did he say?
He attributed the intrigue to me. I can't help but wonder why.
Unless he knows, right? He knows about me, and they were going to make a move after the signing. So maybe he's assumed you put Bobby up to the proposal. There's no love lost for the Lord Chancellor, Dragonborn. He might not even know about the plot between Morag, Coral, and Shadenhall.
I admit, the dragons are a
If
but we can
at all there is
Don't
one.
stay in one place for too
And if
long.
there were, why did it come about? Let's think about some scenarios.
If what Bobby says is true, why would Morag want to balance the power? The only thing I can think of is that she might fear Leowyn. After all, he has the strongest force, right?
Clever girl.
What? I didn't do anything.
By marrying you, Bobby becomes the Count of Bruma. Leowyn would hold all the cards in the deck.
Of course. He has the support of Anvil, Breville, Skingrad, and Quintus Army in the west. By the gods, Bobby doesn't want me. He wants Bruma. If I marry him, he becomes Count by default.
Keep going, you're nearly there.
What? Okay, so... Morag stormed out, not because of any plot she had with Coral and Shadenhall was subverted, but because the balance of power has just become weighed in favor of the Count of Leowyn, and he wants the Imperial crown for himself?
It would make sense of what Blackwell said if he assumed we were in on Leowyn's scheme.
You know what? All this bullshit makes me want to go knocking on the Emperor's door and saying to him, "Hey, asshole, I've got a real royal bloodline that goes back to the first Mede dynasty, so go bite me."
He might just do that. You know, Rigmor, I couldn't agree more. Get this whole ball rolling.
You know, it's like a kind of violence. What they say and do, how they can instill fear into someone with just words. Makes you feel sick to the stomach with fear and worry.
I'm too stupid for that. It doesn't work on people as daft as I am. I just hack away at bad things. Anyway, so now we are part of the game. Who do you believe and who do you trust?
Like rats caught in a trap.
Well, just find out who we don't trust and we kill them. Done. There could be a way to find out. Notice the banner.
What about it?
The breeze is caused by a ventilation shaft. All the rooms are connected, Bobby told me.
You're not seriously thinking about crawling around in that thing eavesdropping, are you?
Oh, hell yeah. Why not? Right now, we have nothing to lose. It could prove Bobby was telling the truth all along.
What about me?
Rigmor, you'll be okay. I'll leave Karjo here. Stuff some pillows under my sheets, and if anyone comes in, you can tell them I'm sleeping.
Dragonborn!
I won't be long. Why don't you get changed into something more ladylike? What, ladylike than a dress?
Hey, I would love that.
So would I. Oh, and if you see a head pop into the room and it isn't mine, hit it with a heavy blunt object, or possibly a very sharp, heavy object.
Oh, har. You really are something. You know that?
Enter the vent shaft. Which one did I suddenly notice? Was it?
If anyone sneaks up on us,
Which one's
I'll
the-
smell them coming. Or I might not. We will see.
Where the hell are they? Here. Okay.
You're going to have to tread carefully.
Whatever.
Who knows? With the Leowin boy marrying that common strumpet, the real nobility in this land could be squeezed out completely. I don't trust any of them. Least of all, Morag Cepheus.
We shall have to wait and see, my dear. After all, now that the Count of Anvil's daughter has agreed to marry our son, Leowin's influence will diminish and ours will grow. Also, with Anvil's family ties to Skingrad, the West will become much more secure. Quintus's army sits on the border of Hammerfell as we speak, and comes under Anvil's jurisdiction.
What of Cheydinhal in all this?
The Count of Cheydinhal doesn't like what's happening one little bit. He cannot imagine why Bruma would relent and sign the decree unless there's something more sinister going on. It's madness to sign. Bruma was perfectly within its right to remain a free city under international law.
Why would the Countess change her mind now? All she had to do is buff Cepheus up. I would have sent Blackwell packing with an arrow up his arse and reached out to us in Cheydinhal.
She could have reached out to all the provinces. Cepheus would not have dared touch her. It does make you wonder the reasons behind Leowin Boy's interest in her, though. To think we almost had it in the bag.
Eavesdrop on Leowin's room.
Well, my boy. I would have never thought you would have made such a proposal in front of everyone.
Father, when are you going to come to terms with the fact that I love Rigmor? Why is it such an issue?
I had hoped you would marry into nobility. And I don't want to disrespect your Rigmor. She's a great girl. But she's hard work, Bobby. You even said it yourself. She has constant mood swings. She's argumentative. She has baggage. Look, she's not even a native of Cyrodiil.
That's where you're wrong, and I won't hear of it. She was born in Cyrodiil to respected parents.
You're just a young fool blinded by love. She's a Nordling, a barbarian. Just because a dog is born in a stable, it doesn't make it a horse. And your Rigmor is no thoroughbred. By marrying into imperial nobility, that would make something of you one day, my boy. It would command respect, give you an army to conquer new regions, territories, even provinces. Instead of counting icicles on that mountain with her guardian breathing down your neck. The county is worthless and full of Nords. Love doesn't create empires, boy. Those are made by blood and guts on your sword. Even though your intentions are sincere with Rigmor, and marrying this girl will indeed help our cause, to strengthen our position here in the province.
And this is
Slightly. You still have a lot to learn.
Lady Rigmor is going to be my wife, and I will hear no more of it.
Use the ladder.
Khajiit guards your back.
You're meant to be guarding Rigmor.
Ah, Blackwell, enter.
If anyone sneaks up on us, I'll smell them coming.
You had better have something
I
good
will
for me,
not.
Blackwell.
We will see.
Who is he? What is he doing here? More to the point, how did he manage to surface out of thin air and become such a problem?
Is my lady present? I'm sure she would like to hear.
She will be back shortly. She needed to visit her father. Please continue.
Little is known from the time he met the Countess. Apart from the New Order incursion into Skyrim, very little is noted or recorded in manuscript. What we do know is he was hired to protect her from the New Order, a breakaway sect native to Alinor that tried to overthrow the Isle and invade Cyrodiil.
What did the New Order want with her?
The girl disappeared for years until she resurfaced at the Battle of Whiterun. She was linked to a Khajiit emissary who frequented the Imperial Court and had the ear of the Council of Elders. It was all kept very quiet, a matter for the Council and heads of state. I was not privy to these proceedings, and instead I was asked to take care of the affairs of the province, a job I continued to
We can do it.
after the
Just give us
disappearance
a
of
chance.
the Emperor until...
Please go on, Lord Chancellor.
After the New Order were crushed, the Thalmor made good their time in Cyrodiil, erasing all evidence. After the events, Titus Mede II bestowed upon the girl the noble title of Bruma County. As for her and her guardian, the two parted ways, and shortly after the Emperor disappeared. That's all we know. After the Thalmor were expelled when the nobility signed the recent White Gold Agreement, my attempts to recover any information led nowhere. The trail went cold.
I don't like it, Blackwell. She was only meant to sign the document. Do you think she is complicit in a possible plot with Leowyn?
The balance of power here in Cyrodiil is constantly changing. At first it was prudent to have friends loyal to you, such as Leowyn, to hold the upper hand among the counties. Your position relies on fealty, and although there is no evidence of subterfuge, there is a rivalry between them, and it has now become so very obvious. The announcement of the marriage between Bruma and Leowyn has only added to the suspicions of their rivals.
I can understand that, but the Countess of Bruma... Why would an emperor bestow such a noble title on a wretched Nord girl? Why would he do that? What is so special about her?
That was the face again. And that is really bloody creepy.
I'll tell you why she is so special. So special to have at her side the most dangerous killer in all of Tamriel. Of course, it is now all so obvious. It all fits in. The ripples in the fabric of the void. How she hid her truths. She has been hiding it for years, afraid for her very life. Cursed by her blood from the day she was born. A product of a liaison that produced a royal bastard. Her veins coursing with the royal blood of the dynasty we usurped. And her guardian, a half-beast dragon slayer, champion of Boethia and defeater of Alduin. She is a pretender by default. And I want her. And I want them both, Lord Chancellor.
We would need evidence before we could touch her. A confession, or someone to testify.
I'll make the girl confess, even if I have to do it myself. And as for her guardian... Aren't you meant to be protecting your beloved Rigmor, Dragonborn?
Yeah, from you.
If anyone sneaks up on us, I'll smell them coming. Or I might not. We will see.
How do I get back to the bloody room?
Halt! I implore you, good sir, to hold your weapons, or the Lady Rigmor will be summarily executed. The Countess of Bruma is charged with treason, and will stand trial at the nearest opportunity. She will be taken to the Imperial City Prison to await the arrival of her attorney. No harm will befall her, as long as you comply with the law. You are to remain here under house arrest for the time being until further notice.
Lock me up
You
with
are
her.
taking us somewhere warm, I trust.
I'm kinda glad it ends this way. I feel kinda relieved, in a way. Have Malisam take care of my things for me. And whatever happens at the trial, don't screw it up, okay? I might not get another chance to speak to you in person again, even during the trial. And I know we talked about all this before, but if I don't make it, please don't blame yourself. I just want you to know that you're the best thing that ever happened in my life, and that I love you with all my heart. Goodbye, Dragonborn.
I would rather be back home in Elsweyr, but I have little choice.
Go on then, Blackwell. I can't move. You're lucky. And I can't draw a weapon, which means you're double lucky. Well,
You made a very serious misjudgment coming here. I know it's no consolation, but no one knew about her ties to the Mead dynasty. It was a complete surprise. Suffice to say, she kept her secret well. Please, sit.
no thanks. Bad idea. What do you want, Blackwell?
Actually, I came to ask the same thing. Why would the Countess come down from the mountain and pledge her support? She was protected under international law. However much the Emperor demanded it, she was well within her rights to ignore his demands.
She couldn't be certain. I was sent as her guarantor.
Unless... yes. She thought we knew, didn't she? Of course. And I bet you prepared for this very situation in advance. But pray tell me, what of the Leowin boy? Where does he fit into all of this? Was she involved in a plot?
Yeah, she just wanted to sign the decree and go home.
I believe you. I must admit, though you had me fooled, I thought this was all about the struggle for power between the noble houses, and the joining of the houses of Bruma and Leowin was part of the plan. But it wasn't, was it? Sir Robert's proposal, for whatever reason, was seen as a way out. The Countess was prepared to make that sacrifice to live in peace. I can understand why she made that decision. With what she knew about herself, she must have felt very scared, even desperate.
The longer we travel the roads of Skyrim, the more empty this land seems.
It was difficult for her and it was making her unwell.
The trial will take place tomorrow. I've already sent word to her court advisor. He will arrive in the morning. They will need evidence to find a verdict, or they will have to let her go. She will be interrogated and offered a chance to confess in return for her freedom. But she will have to give up her titles and leave the province. I do hope she has some resolve, as confessing won't help her, not
If
now.
you harm
Whether
one
she be
hair
acquitted,
on her
banished,
head,
or exiled, they will hunt her down, and they will be relentless.
why are you telling me that?
I have my reasons for telling you this. You see, I'm rather fond of the Countess,
Could have fooled me.
but my loyalty is to the seat of the Imperial throne, not who occupies it. You must know that I will pursue the bidding of the Emperor. No matter who, no matter my personal opinion or thoughts to the letter of the law, and execute any orders I see fit to protect and serve with absolute, unwavering ruthlessness. It isn't personal, but it's vitally important we understand each other.
What are you trying to say? Put her Rigmor on the throne and you'll back her?
Good. I'm glad you understand, because if you listened carefully, if you paid attention, what then, Dragonborn? I'm also here to escort you to the Imperial Chamber. Lady Cetheus requires an audience. You will be able to talk freely to her, with impunity.
Can I hack her into little pieces?
Come this way.
If anyone sneaks up on us, I'll smell them coming. Or I might not. We will see.
Come on then. Kaju, stop blocking NPCs. Yeah, it was all very double talk, but I think he's trying to say... put Rigmor on the throne. At least that's now my plan. She won't like it, but...
Ahem! Guardian and protector to the Countess of Bruma, my lady.
Leave us.
If anyone sneaks up on us, I'll smell them coming. Or I might not. We will see.
I summoned you here because I wanted to see you up close, in the flesh, to look upon your face.
Now you can see me. Well, then look.
Please do not tell me you are just like the rest of them, play acting the good, high and mighty champion of the poor, downtrodden. Good does not always mean right, but you of all people should know that, if you call yourself a person. What are you, a half-breed or half-beast?
I am what I am.
You're a product of your environment, nothing more, nothing less. You are what you are, a cold, instinctive killer who would take more notice of a pain in your little finger than the destruction of a whole entire nation. You're one and the same, you and I.
No, we're really not. We are not the same.
Don't make me laugh. You are the epitome of hypocrisy.
Well, that means you think I know what that word means.
How many dragons have you slain to become what you are now? How many of their souls have you violated and sucked into your essence to attain your power?
That's not what I was doing.
Far more than I. A soul is a soul, Dragon Slayer. It matters not from whom you take it, but the very act itself. How many men, women, and children have you slaughtered without a blink of an eye?
Children?
Or a remorseful back glance at some poor wretch you left lying in the snow in a pool of their own blood?
None. I don't kill children.
Yet you are already judge, jury, and executioner because of some entitled moral high ground.
Yeah, pretty
You
much.
killed my children, Dragon Slayer.
Your children.
My brood.
Ah.
Did they not have a right to live, to grow, and to multiply?
No.
Yet you took it upon yourself to execute them all, not content having saved your ward. And with true righteous bigotry, you delivered the sentence of death where you had no legal right, leaving them lying in their own bloody fucking mess!
Go on. They had no right to live. Sorella was under my protection. They chose unwisely.
I like you.
Don't.
It's such a pity we're on opposite sides. I would make you my emperor and discard that weak fool. He has already outlived his purpose, if you can call it that. Is the Black Widow wrong to devour its mate the instant it's copulated?
Black Widow doesn't do that. That's a
It
mantis.
is within the nature of the beast. The endless cycle of life and death, play to a backdrop of a world that could care less. Surrounded by a cold, harsh void that is eternally trying to strangle and crush the very life of a world it considers an intruder. A blemish to be expunged from its cold, eternal darkness.
Just say you're a vampire. Go on, just say it. What you're saying amounts to treason.
I piss on treason. I could crush Blackwell's skull like a chicken's egg. Do you know who I am?
An egg-cracking treason something something. I don't care who you are.
Come now. I know all there is to know about you. It would only be fair to extend the same courtesy. Anything spoken between us will remain exactly that. Blackwell has no jurisdiction here. Let's be civilized. If entities like us can indeed be considered that, there's so much I would like to talk about.
You obviously know nothing about me.
Before I married the Emperor, I was called Morag Ball.
Oh,
I am a
great.
daughter of Cold Harbor, but you know that. That's boring. You want to know why I am here in this ancient seat of lost elven kings? I'm afraid there's no real reason. No divine subterfuge, and certainly no sacrifice to be made so a spurned monster can fulfill its dream to become a living god king. No, none of that. Sorry to disappoint. No, I exist only to play the game, to divide and conquer, to sow the seeds of discord. Sethius is just one of many in a long line of pathetic hosts that has led me to this palace.
Okay. Slow, you're a flesh-eating parasite.
Very good. Oh, how we would make such a perfect couple, you and I.
Dragons were never gone. They were
Just
invisible.
imagine for one moment,
Very, very
Dragonborn,
quiet.
a daughter of Cold Harbor, Empress of all of Tamriel, no, all of Nirn, with the champion of Boethia by
I'm
my
not
side.
Boethia's anything.
We would fulfill the Elysian prophecy, and I would be the queen of a golden age, and you would be my king. Father would be very proud of me, and I would even give you the daughter of Azura to do with her as you will. I would even make her a duchess to preside over all the counties of Cyrodiil if you wish it. Keep her, let her go, marry her off to Bobby. Or we could adopt her and she could be our princess. We would never age, we would never tire, and preside over Nirn for a millennia.
Tempting as the middle selection is, I am duty-bound to protect another.
I understand. I really do. Rigmor is your only concern at this moment. And I must commend both you and her betrothed who unwittingly placed her in a prison cell. With your ham-fisted attempt at courtly subterfuge, it was most laughable. Not forgetting the excellent job you did of guarding and protecting her from exposing her secret, because I would never have guessed otherwise. But of course, Daddy did help me out a little bit, and is such a wealth of information at times like this. But I don't want to keep you from... Well, actually, I'm not keeping you from anything, am I? But you must be tired and could use some sleep if you want to be fresh for the trial tomorrow. I am sure you must be looking forward to that, because I am so excited. Which reminds me, I promised Rigmor I would pop in for a friendly chat. I hope you don't mind. After all, she is the reason we are standing here at all.
Straighten Morag out. Well, other than hacking her to pieces. Wait.
Come again?
You're right. Rigmor is the reason.
Reason for what?
I'm going to kill you. The reason your head isn't bouncing across the floor.
Guards! Guards! Escort the Guardian back to his room. The only way out is to play the game, Dragon Slayer. Get it right, and you both go home.
Approach the guards.
Guardian General. We're sorry, sir, but you must return to your room.
No need to apologise, soldier. Lead the way.
This way, sir. I'm Anus, and this is Crispus. We were with you in Whiterun, Quintus Legion.
Anus
I
Crispus.
got myself wounded, General.
Is that what happens if you run out of toilet roll?
Took an arrow in his arse, more like. Fuck off, Crispus. You're just jealous of my medal.